"I don't think this should be happening to the Queen." Trump expresses his respect for the flawless monarch as he wades into MEGXIT, saying he thinks Harry and Meghan quitting is sad. Donald Trump waded into the British monarchy's royal fallout on Friday, expressing his sympathy for Queen Elizabeth II and calling Harry and Meghan's decision to step back from royal duties sad. Speaking on Fox News' The Graham Angle, the president voiced his disappointment at the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's bombshell announcement Wednesday that they're quitting public life and will now work to become financially independent from the royal family. When asked if he had any advice for how to deal with the rogue royals, Trump replied, "I think it's sad. I do. I think it's sad. She's a great woman," he said, appearing to reference Queen Elizabeth. "She's never made a mistake if you look. I mean, she's had like a flawless time." Host Laura Ingraham then asked Trump if he believed Meghan and Harry should return to Buckingham Palace. Trump insisted he didn't want to get into the whole thing, but said, "I just have such respect for the Queen, I don't think this should be happening to her." A known admirer of Britain's longest-reigning monarch, Trump has offered high praise for the Queen on a number of occasions before, calling her a tremendous woman and speaking fondly of their various meetings. He has also previously spoken disapprovingly of Meghan Markle, calling her nasty last June when he learned of her threats to move to Canada if he won the 2016 presidential election. Days later he retracted his comments, calling Meghan nice and forgiving her for her comments. "She was nasty to me. And that's okay for her to be nasty," he said. "It's not good for me to be nasty to her and I wasn't." Harry and Meghan announced Wednesday that they're planning to reduce their roles in the royal family and split their time between the UK and the US moving forward, as well as working to become financially independent. "We have chosen to make a transition this year in starting to carve out a progressive new role within this institution," the couple said in a written public statement. "We intend to step back as senior members of the royal family and work to become financially independent, while continuing to fully support Her Majesty the Queen. It is with your encouragement, particularly over the last few years, that we feel prepared to make this adjustment." Despite Harry and Meghan presenting their exit as a done deal, the palace was said to have been blindsided by the Sussexes' announcement, leaving them to scramble to release a statement of their own moments later in a bid to downplay the couple's claims. Discussions with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are at an early stage, a palace spokesman said late Wednesday. "We understand their desire to take a different approach, but these are complicated issues that will take time to work through." The palace's response implied that Harry and Meghan had jumped the gun and ignored the rest of the family's wishes. Prince Charles and Prince William only found about the bombshell decision 10 minutes before it went public, sources told Daily Mail. It has threatened to trigger an all-out royal war, with Charles and William reportedly incandescent with rage at Harry and Meghan and the Queen thought to be deeply disappointed. The Duchess of Cambridge's 38th birthday was also completely eclipsed Thursday by Wednesday night's nuclear announcement. Courtiers have warned that Harry and Meghan will be punished for ignoring crystal-clear orders from Her Majesty not to go public until the proposal was finalized by senior family members including his father. The fallout saw crisis talks held yesterday between senior royals at Kensington Palace, where members of the family had already gathered to celebrate the Duchess of Cambridge's 38th birthday, with their decision branded a declaration of war on Harry's family. Aides speaking to the Evening Standard have now warned of a backlash against Harry, who it was revealed today had first contacted his father before Christmas to discuss his hopes of spending more time in North America. Prince Harry even sent a draft proposal of his plans to his father in the new year, but he was told more time was needed to talk through the complex implications, notably around finances. Harry later requested a meeting with the Queen at Sandringham upon his arrival back in the UK this weekend with Meghan and their son Archie, which followed a 6-week Christmas break to Canada. The Queen offered to meet the Duke, which was blocked by courtiers, but she still made an explicit request to her grandson that he first discuss his future plans in detail with his father, the Prince of Wales. A senior royal source said the Queen and her family were deeply disappointed by the news, while another said the royals were shocked, saddened and downright furious at the couple. A source told The Sun, their statement was not cleared with anyone. It breaks all protocol. This is a declaration of war on the family. There is fury over how they've done this without any thought for the implications for the institution. The Queen is deeply upset. The Prince of Wales and Duke of Cambridge are incandescent with rage. Courtiers can't believe it. There are so many unanswered questions, but they've just up and done it without a thought for anyone else. The plan was there to discuss it and work out a way that works for everyone in the family. The Mail understands that the couple raised their desire to seek out a new life a week ago and family members agreed to work with them in making it possible. But hours after they had visited the Canadian High Commission in London to thank them for their recent hospitality, the pair decided to go public with their decision, pressing the nuclear button, as one source described it. Meghan has fled the fallout and returned to Canada on Thursday, where she will now be reunited with baby Archie, who she left in the country with a nanny and a friend. Harry has had to postpone plans to join her because of a commitment to host the 2021 Rugby League World Cup draw next Thursday at Buckingham Palace. A source close to the couple claimed Friday night negotiations between the palace and the Sussex household are progressing well, in consultation with both the UK and Canadian government. They said, they, like everyone, are hopeful this can all be worked out, sooner rather than later. It is in everyone's interest for this to be figured out, and figured out quickly, but not at the expense of the outcome. Harry and Meghan have, in the words of one aide, no clue as to how they will become financially independent, although for the moment are insisting they will continue to take money from the Prince of Wales to fund their official work. Royals who have tried to go down this route include the Earl and Countess of Wessex, who were forced to give up their television production and PR careers after a series of scandals. Prince and Princess Michael of Kent, who famously said they would go anywhere for a hot meal, and the Duchess of York, who made a string of disastrous business deals that led her to bankruptcy, have learned to their cost that it can be perilous balancing their privileged royal status with business matters. Harry and Meghan have made no mention of giving up their royal titles or status and insist they will keep Frogmore Cottage, the home that was done up for them with £2.4 million of public money. They will also keep their state-funded Metropolitan Police protection officers. It's a masterclass in wanting to have your cake and eat it, one royal insider raged. Even their own staff cautioned against them making this public until they actually sat down and discussed it with the family properly. But they are in this weird bubble and have this strange siege mentality. They feel like it's them against the world and are painting a very unfair picture of how this is a family that supposedly doesn't understand or support them, which is complete and utter rubbish. Another source said, the family is perfectly willing to help them, but this was a discussion better had discreetly and quietly. Why on earth they have put it out in the public domain is a decision only they can justify. They have no idea where they are going to live, have no idea how they are going to make their money. The feeling is one of deep disappointment that they have chosen to do this unilaterally and without prior warning or consultation. And no one believes it will actually help them to have these kind of conversations and discussions in public. People understand they want to get things moving and there remains a desire to help them get this right, but you do not turn 1,000 years of British royal history on its head in 8 days. They have got to start working with people. It's hugely unfair to paint out that this is a fusty old institution that doesn't want to help them. People have been bending over backwards looking at different ways of doing things. But they have made clear they still want to be paid by the public purse for their work, and they have to accept that things need to be thought through carefully.